Hey, gorgeous Leo tribe, my pride, my fellow Leos. I was saving this conversation a little bit this month because I'm just so looking forward to savoring every second of our talk today. Ooh, ooh, July is so strange and magical. I have to say that I personally am a fan of this energy, so not everyone's going to maybe be as excited as I am about how this particular energetic phase works, because July has some things going on. We have two big eclipses. We have a Mercury retrograde that does actually start off in Leo and then moves back. And for Leos too, this is a very spiritual time. The first 3 weeks of the month, as we head toward Leo season, is deeply spiritual. It's deeply ingrained in our soul work, in our soul conversations. It can take us to really deep places. But here's the thing, the way that all of this energy is working to illuminate the path in really cool waves. And the visual that I got for Leos in July, and I'll talk more about the technical aspects of the eclipses and what have you. But first, let me just say that there's this vision for me, of Leo energy in July is wave after wave of newness. They don't have to be giant waves. Sometimes they might be. There might be a couple that you really have to catch, and they may even take you under a little bit. But generally speaking, these waves are going to keep coming in. Now, there is kind of an insatiable quality to that. And it can be a little overwhelming, the amount of new that can come in with this type of energy. So just kind of keep that in mind. Be aware that you're going to need to also rest. Be aware that you're also going to need to take time out to check in with yourself and not feel like you have to go all the time. So just be aware of that. But, let's talk through these eclipses a little bit and the retrograde a little bit. Mars is going to be in Leo all month, which is really fun. Mars enters Leo on July 1st, so we are going to be feeling that burst of go-getter energy. Now, here's the thing. Eclipses in a Mercury retrograde do throw things for a loop in general. So even if you have that kind of Martian drive, chariot, connecting in with your path, your deepest connections, your truest source of, everything's just been lining up for you to really click in this month. But the way there is surprising. The way there is winding. We are very close to source energy this month. Partially it's because we are in Cancer season. Leos are specifically working with 12th house energy, which is, it dissolves us out into the collective energy. We're working with these eclipses in very essential poles. So the new moon in Cancer is a total solar eclipse. Page of Wands. Hello, Leo. I love it. The new moon in Cancer on July 2nd, Queen of Cups. Highly intuitive, highly sensitive Leo this month. Be gentle with your cat selves. Be gentle with the number of waves that come in, with the amount of new, beautiful energy coming in. Be very caring towards your evolution this month. Do not push yourself too hard to be perfect all the time. These things are coming in to work with you, and they are really positive. But you're going to want to put a lot of pressure on yourself to somehow have it all figured out. Here's the thing. New moon in Cancer, total solar eclipse. Only going to be visible in a small corner of the world down in South America. So we can just feel the energy. This is 12th house energy, right? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we got some queens. Centered energy, feminine energy, divine feminine. What does divine feminine do? She creates space to bring the things to her that she wants. That eclipse is going to take you to some really cool places. 6 of Cups. Okay. Eclipses and Mercury retrograde do have a tendency to bring in energy from the past, from people who we have talked to in the past. This could be a very surprising month when these eclipses happen. Queen of Wands. 3 queens. Hanged Man. And I don't do reversals. Personally, it's not that interesting. But anyway. There are surprising things coming in. Queen of Swords. You got all 4 queens this month. All 4 queens. That is wild. Have I ever done a reading where all 4 came out? Another card came out. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. That's a very clear message. I'll just say that right now. These cards are amazing, Leo. But there's a really strong message here, and it's something that Leos have been working on for the last 2 years. Solid. Last 2 years, solid. And this month, this is a perfect place to practice this energy. So we have the new moon in Cancer, total solar eclipse. We have a full moon in Capricorn on July 16th. That is a partial lunar eclipse. These 2 energies are working with your 12th house in Cancer, your 6th house in Capricorn, balancing these out. Now, eclipses in general, they are small deaths and rebirths. They take us into the dark and bring us back out. They clear stuff away. They also tend to calibrate, and they bring in any kind of conversations that need to be brought out into the light. It's a time to commune with shadow self, and it's also a time to commune with anything from the past that we no longer want in our lives. But it can also bring in conversations, bring in meeting points that are very pivotal and that help us put pieces together. So, and they can be often very surprising. Now, in the midst of these eclipses, we have Mercury retrograde. It does start off in Leo. So on July 9th, right between these 2 eclipses, our Mercury retrograde begins in Leo and moves back to Cancer on July 19th and finishes the retrograde in Cancer. So Leos, when Mercury retrograde is happening in the Leo sign, I mean, that time with those eclipses, you are going to feel like you are doing a lot of internal processing. You're doing a lot of deep spiritual work. You're really checking in. You've got these eclipses happening. It's right before Leo season. The Mercury is retrograde in your sign. So you may be finding that you're going in and you're giving yourself time. This is a great month for meditation. Now, these queens have something to do with that, and like as we talk through this, it'll make a lot of sense. Happy birthday to July Leos, by the way. My mom's a July Leo. I was with a July Leo for 6 years, you guys, so I love July Leos. I'm an August Leo, but July Leos play a really important role in my life, and I love you guys. Let's start talking through these cards. There's so much going on in my mind right now. Like, honestly, with you guys, this reading specifically, I feel like all over the place. I have felt a lot more calm with most of the other signs, and with Leo energy, there's something going on there with there's just so much that's going to be happening in July, despite the fact that we have this more internal energy. But this is the great thing for you guys, is that you're not meant to be running around as an agent making everything happen this month. This is the weirdest thing that's going to happen. Everything's going to be coming to you. Like, everything is going to come to seek you out. So you might as well just rest and relax. I mean, we start with the Chariot, and I think this is a great keynote for our conversation today. And I'm getting like shivers all through the back, like tingles all through the back of my head right here as I pulled this card up. Wow. The Chariot is a visionary card. It is associated with Cancer, and I do think that Cancer new moon is going to bring in a surprise. Probably something to do with this Page of Wands. And I think it'll be a pleasant surprise. It'll be something that coheres a whole vision and a whole story. It will open up a new chapter. Messages will be coming in around that new moon. Messages will be coming to you. They will help you solidify your path. They will help you find cohesion. You're going to get a little preview of where things are going here. However, don't hold on to that too tightly, right? Just kind of let that float through. Have fun with it and be like, oh, cool, like a little movie premiere. Don't need to get too focused on it, because the twists and turns of July, yes, it will come to be, but in a slightly different way than maybe your conscious mind can interpret. So don't get too caught up in that. However, this is your message. Chariot, Page of Wands. You're going to get your message early on in the month, and it's going to be clear, and it's going to be known, it's going to be understood. There will be a lot of moving parts all around it. And certain little details will change, but there is a message here for you. Okay. And here's the deal. Your goal this month is to be the receptor. Like I said, we got all 4 queens. It's like you're moving through each of the queens as you go. And actually it's interesting, you know, this is the water queen, the earth queen. We have these eclipses happening in water and earth signs. So these modalities are important right now. The psychic queen, the nurturing queen, the queen of emotional value, the queen of physical and mothering value. These are mothering energies right here, these two. We are supposed to be mothering ourselves into this next space. Your job this month, Leo, is to focus your attention here. So imagine you have this like orb, you know, kind of like the way that these two queens have their talismans. You know, imagine your essence as this beautiful iridescent orb that you hold right here in the center of your being. And you are dedicating time to polishing it and burnishing it and like heating up your internal flame. And you're just over here creating that magic, right? You don't even need all these answers to come in, but they're coming to find you because you're here centered. When you have all 4 queens, there's a magnetism going on with your energy, whereby the role you are playing is the queen, right? When you think about a queen archetype, people come and pay homage to a queen, right? It's divine feminine in the sense of feminine energy being already landed where it's meant to be. It's the receptor mode. So there's high magnetism. So the role you're meant to be playing is not the go-getter. It's not to have your hand in every pie and to be the boss and delegating tasks, right? So a lot of your energy is going to be pulled into the intimate sphere for you, into the unseen sphere. But don't let that be confused with things not happening in your life this month, because they absolutely will be. Mercury retrograde starts off in your sign of Leo, and yes, that's going to make you a little bit quieter, and then it moves as it moves into your 12th sign, 12th house, the sign right for you. As it moves into Cancer, what's going to be happening there is you're getting spiritual calibration to a totally high new level. And the wildest thing about this, you guys, is that the way things come in for you, the way answers come in for you, the way people show up for you is totally different than it has been ever before in your life, ever. This is the first eclipse season for a while now where Leos are not implicated in the eclipses. And that's a great thing, because it means that the energy now has fully shifted over to another phase. You've done this work, and so now you get to reap these rewards of the work that you did during the time that the North Node was in Leo. It takes some time for the effects of our lessons to take place in the physical. Time doesn't really exist in the sense of the field of all is one. Time is a sense of, time is inherently a lack-based concept, because it elapses and it goes away. But time doesn't actually exist on the infinite. Anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. Yes, Six of Cups is here. Now, 6 of Cups is smack dab in the middle of 3 queens, right? including the Leo Queen, the Queen of Wands. There was ever a Leo Queen, it is definitely the Queen of Wands. She's got her cat, she's got her sunflower, she's got her golden dress, she's got her attitude, she's on the lookout, she's on the horizon. Unlike these two who are much more introverted, the Queen of Wands is much more looking out. But the Six of Cups does tell me that there are some conversations and some voices coming in from possibly your past or possibly from a space in your life that needs to be heard and connected with. It's taking you to a deep, connected point. The connections that come into your life this month are really important, really powerful, very healing. And there's a reason why you're needing certain connections to show up just for July in order to set you up for the next phase. Because that's the other part of the note that I actually had for Leos, and now I'm kind of understanding it a little bit more as we're talking through this. Leos, this is a month where, yeah, a lot of really cool things are going to be happening. A lot of the right people are going to be coming to you and meeting you, and you'll be totally enjoying this. But it's also a month of preparation. It's also a month of reconciliation, path forging, and visionary moments. And we're needing this because the next months, as we get into Leo season and beyond, are going to be about stepping fully into a new role, stepping fully into new relationships, stepping fully into new timelines. And this month is helping you to do that, but you have to do it in the way of this Queen. This is a quiet, centered energy that does not move around all the time. And so you don't have to seek out the trouble this month. That's the way I will put it. You will not have to seek out the entertainment or the trouble or the answers. Trouble is kind of a euphemism I'm making for like the kinds of conversations you're going to be having. Your abundance does come through quiet. The Hanged Man's your other talisman this month, other than the Chariot, right? These two are big markers for you. You're in the modality of Queen, we have that established, but you're also in the modality of the spiritual seeker. And that means that, you just let yourself be taken on this July ride. Let it take you where it needs you to go. Be receptive to what comes in, because that phrase that goes around a lot in memes and things like that, or just in like little graphics. If you're going to ask for answers, you better be ready to hear them. You can ask and ask and ask for your answers to come in, but a lot of times we don't want to hear them. This month, ask for the answers and then hear them and then just roll with it and see what comes of it. Just kind of get as relaxed as possible. That's something that's hard to fake, but I think Leos have been working on finding this sweet spot with this for so long that you have this skill set in hand now. Now here's what's interesting. The Queen of Swords is the last queen, and there is an evolution going on here. We start with the most introverted psychic queens, the most nurturing, gentle queens. We get into Queen of Wands, which is very much more of an opinionated, clear, ambitious queen who's going to tell you what she wants. And then we get to the Queen of Swords, who really says what she uses her throat chakra in a very effective manner. And I feel that you have all this energy bubbling and brewing around you. You have all these personalities coming to meet you, which is a great thing. You're going to be in the position where you get to call the shots at the end of the month. That might sound like a great thing, right? Ooh, yeah, I'm going to have the power to say if I want something or not. That can be trickier than it sounds, though, because you're going to have to be the one who understands your own boundaries. You're going to have to be the one who understands that you have to speak to what you're wanting. If you have a choice between two paths and you know at your gut level you want this path, you're going to have to advocate for it. And that isn't a passive role, right? So you're going to get all the information this month. At the very end of the month, you get your doorway. You get this cohesive moment, and that's where the Three of Pentacles comes in. Now, the Three of Pentacles is obviously the card of shared vision. It's number 3 is very much the co-creative number, and especially Three of Pentacles, this is a shared vision of something that you are building. But I also see this as the doorway. In fact, I want to pull one more card. Knight of Wands. Okay. There is a calibration. There is a passion. There is a doorway that Leos are getting prepped all month to walk through and will be walking through during Leo season. This makes you nervous. It's big. It's a little overwhelming. It's something you've been asking for a very long time. You've been putting it in dream journals. You've been putting it on vision boards. You've been thinking about it. Some days you just want it so bad, and then some days you're like, it's okay. This is something that you have been asking for a long time. But you had to get ready to be there. And the way that it shows up, here's something interesting too. Yes, you'll be walking through the door. You'll be seeing, oh, I'm getting what I've been asking for this whole time. And wow, it's a lot more intimidating than I thought it would be. You're going to continue walking into it for a few months. You know, nothing's ever just a sealed deal, done and delivered. It's all a process. And you are at the beginning of this new process, but you will be feeling the effects of it. And there will be part of you that wants to shut down. There will be part of you that wants to run away. There will be part of you that says, oh my God, I've been asking for this, but now I don't know if I can do it. And that's the point at which you have to say, yes, you can. The number of tingles I've gotten in this reading is uncanny. There's something breaking open in Leos this month. There's a life breaking open from the inside out. And it's like you can just see. I can just see the way that the things are just, it's like you have your beacon on. You've sent the signal. You're sending the signal. It's emanating and coming in. Wild. I'm really excited, Leos. I'm really excited for what this month will bring. Like I said, be aware that the way this month works, we're taking away our concepts of time, of process. We're working much more closely with Source, and Source does not see the way that our kind of like human minds see. So don't take everything quite at face value this month. Take your time. Play the queen. Go sit on your throne and do some meditation and rest. That's your goal this month. The rest gets sorted out. Okay, so stay tuned for the moon magics. I will be putting those up very soon so you can see what those eclipses are all about specifically. You can also find me on Instagram at SarahVerba. I would love to see you over there. You can find me on my website at SARAHTAROT.com. I'd love to work with you, and my email. I'll put all of that in the description box, as well as my lovely friend's jewelry, PinkLune, Tiffany at PinkLune. I'm wearing her gorgeous stuff. She's making some amazing crowns, so if you're wanting to play the queen in your life, I would go check out her Etsy shop, also in the description box. I will see you guys in August for more Leo season. It's my birthday month and I'm so excited. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon.